Right. QBRs an hour and a half. Let's see where Contoso Nation stands before we walk into that meeting. Prepare a QBR presentation for the Contoso Nation environment. Okay. Security, operations, asset health, business value. Yep. Everything leadership cares about. Before Liongard, this is where I'd be bouncing between tools to pull reports, check alerts, build slides, making sure I didn't miss anything. But looks like it's already ready. Oh, this is nice. Professional, client ready. And there's the headline, and that's the risk story. Oh, wait. Domain expiration. Oof. I wasn't expecting that. Definitely going to bring that up today. Right. And this is the part that usually takes the longest. Not finding the problems, but figuring out what to do about them. Thank you, AI. Now I've got priorities, owners, timeline. The conversation's already taking shape. Perfect. A few wins to balance the risks. Wow. That took like 8 minutes, and I'm walking into the meeting with a full picture. Not because I spent all morning gathering information, but because Liongard already did. Now I can just focus on the client. For meetings next week, security's on the agenda, and David wants the real picture. Not a report or a dashboard, just an honest answer. Too easy. Let's start with where Northbridge stands today. Give me the current security posture summary for Northbridge Manufacturing. Man, this used to mean pulling information from multiple systems and then translating it all into something a business leader could actually use. Okay, this is useful. MFA coverage needs work, especially those privileged accounts, and Outlook vulnerability is definitely worth mentioning, but there it is. That's the conversation. Not necessarily every alert or configuration, but just what leadership needs to know. What's important isn't necessarily that I answered this question quickly, it's that the answer is based on what's happening in the environment right now, not last month's report or spreadsheet I exported 3 weeks ago, but today. All right. A few minutes ago, David had a question. Now he has the answer, and I can move on to the next client. Alrighty. What do we have here? Oh, that's actually a really good question. And Sandra doesn't want technical details. She just wants to know whether her firm's protected. Pull the current endpoint encryption coverage for Meridian Legal Group. Oh my gosh, love it. Without Liongard, this would have meant logging into multiple systems and manually checking device by device, and even then I'd still wonder if I missed something. Oh, okay. Eek. It's worse than I expected. 1 out of 5 servers encrypted, 3 out of 8 workstations, 31% coverage overall. Sandra's laptop's protected, but most of her partners aren't, and neither is a primary file server. That's real business risk, and now we know exactly where it is. Generate a recommendation I can send to Sandra, what the current state is, what the risk means in plain language for the law firm, and what remediation looks like with a rough timeline. Keep it executive level. Okay, this is where things get interesting. Finding the problem is useful, but knowing how to fix it is even better. 3 week rollout, no hardware replacement, no new software licensing, just implementation. Now we have something else, not just a risk, but a funded project to eliminate it. That's the difference when data is already connected through Liongard, not spending hours figuring out where things stand, but having a conversation that comes next. A few minutes ago, Sandra had a question. Now she has an answer, a remediation plan, a timeline, and a path to full encryption coverage. That's what Liongard changes. The asset data was already there, the configuration data was already there, the risk was already there. Liongard connected the dots and turned visibility into action. Better answers for the client, better outcomes for the business, and more opportunities for the MSP to deliver value.